Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. So I'm working with some friends. I've been sharing the gym buying journey with them, and to me, it's not rocket science, but for a lot of folks, it's brand new content, like it was for me at one point. And so here's the basic steps to getting started, and do these before you even have a business in mind. Whether you want to get like a gym like me, you want to buy a car dealership, an asphalt company, a roofing company, a plant rental company. I don't care what business you're going to get. This applies for everyone. Step one, go to your state's Secretary of State website. Go to their website and look up, or just Google like file LLC papers or start business entity or something like that, and do it directly with the state that you live in. From there, file to start a business and create just any business you want. Everyone overthinks what their business entity should be. I certainly did for my first few. Eventually, you're going to have 6 or a dozen entities because you're going to have like a shell company. You're going to have the holding company. You're going to have the active and the passive entity. You're going to have a lot of entities. So the biggest hurdle to overcome is the fear of picking a bad name for an entity. So just pick something goofy like Pink Tiger, Paper Tree, Capital Investments Incorporated, Slam Jam, Grass. It doesn't matter. This is just an LLC. It does not mean nothing other than legal liability protection. Go ahead, file that, and then once you file that with the Secretary of State after a couple days or a week or two, and I should go ahead. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a CPA. I don't give legal advice. I don't give tax advice. This is what I've done. This is how I've made it work for me. With that disclaimer over, continue onward. Once you file for your business entity, then, let me pull it up here. I sent the directions to a friend. Let me just pull up what I sent him. I sent this to probably 30 or 40 people. Only a couple have actually done it. Here we go. Sorry, I should have looked this up beforehand. Second, request an EIN from the IRS. And for that, you go to the irs.gov and then look up small business self-employed, apply for an employer identification number, EIN online. Once you do that, the IRS, the federal IRS, is going to ask what your state entity is. Your LLC, your S Corp, your C Corp, whatever. And from there, you now have official state entity that you can provide. Ta-da! There you go. Once you provide that, then I think it's same day. It might take a couple days. The IRS will give you an EIN number. That's basically the social security number for your business. Once you receive that, be sure to take a screenshot or print out the number for your records. And what I've done, I've added it as an iPhone contact. So my entities are in my phone. I just tag my name on it. And then I save my EIN number in there. If someone ever steals your company's identity, oh well. This is a number that you give to vendors, and you can always get a new EIN easy peasy. So don't worry about it. The name, the EIN are not that big of a deal. From there, once you have your entity, your EIN number, go to your local bank or credit union and go apply for a business bank account. I work with one of the big evil banks, one of the ones that is notorious for setting up scam checking accounts. And I just walked on in, said, hey, my name is Nathan. I have a business entity. I have an EIN. I like to open up a business bank account. I then sat down with a guy named Mustafa, and lo and behold, within a half hour, we have a new business checking and business savings account under my entity. Under my same username and password, I'm able to see my personal checking savings and my business checking and savings all under one login. Pretty easy. Now I have a formal business bank account and a personal bank account that's already set up. Now, what does this mean for whatever business I buy? It means I now have an aging entity. I have an LLC that has been born and is getting older. When you're buying a business and the business has been around for about 3 days, you look either like a private equity person or someone that's just a newbie to the field. But what I would rather have personally is I'd rather have an aging business entity. You can go ahead and now use this to buy any company you want. A construction company, asphalt, painting, roofing, siding, cleaning, edible arrangements, it don't matter. You now have an entity that can buy and sell and do its own operation with the LLC protection based on my own understanding. I'm not a CPA. I do not give legal or tax advice, but this is how I have done it myself. So go ahead and do that, and you'll be shocked at how quickly and easily it is to set up entities. From this point onward, you can now do whatever you want with that entity in regards to having it be the acquisition entity for the businesses you want to buy, or you can put it off to the side and it can be the holding company if you really like the name. The first two I set up, they have really dumb names, so I will use those as just the operating entities, and the big like holding company, the parent company, I'll probably have something more formal and something that'll be more, I don't know, something just more cool. The first two names are really dumb, so I'll probably just keep those as ones, but just go ahead and set up an LLC, then get an EIN number, and then get a business checking account. Before you know it, the roadblocks and fears of making a mistake are gone, because setting up the perfect LLC name is complete garbage. You will probably, if you're doing this as a career, you'll probably set up 30 entities in your entire life, or maybe one or two. And at the end of the day, the name does not matter. You want something that's easy to write out or easy to print out, and something that is easy to remember. So go ahead, just don't do something super embarrassing, and go create an LLC and get analysis paralysis out of the way. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.